Ours can be viewed as a sad story, but despite some unhappy moments, it's really one filled with success, hope, and promise. It can have many thousands of happy endings. But let's take this from where it often starts, because many people don't understand the importance of spaying, neutering, and controlling their pets' environments. Staggering numbers of animals are born yearly without sufficient homes to take them in. Animal overpopulation is a big problem, and education is a primary solution. But cruelty, neglect, abandonment, and even worse, add to the problem in ways that words fail to describe. No one likes looking at this, but before problems can be solved, they must first be understood.
We are educators, but because of the complexity and the challenges of our circumstances, in order to do our job well, we must be so much more. Finding, rehabilitating, and placing unwanted animals absorbs most of our time. Once these helpless dogs and cats are located, an awe-inspiring process begins. It's called fostering, and it is a wonderful solution.
I've been an officer with the state of Texas for animal control for about 8 years, and I realized relatively quickly that fostering was a very necessary aspect of saving lives of the animals that we bring into facilities. Without foster, they're so intricate and they're so needed. A lot of these animals just don't have a chance without a foster program, whether it's through the shelter or through a private organization. These animals need help with transition, and that's what they provide. They come in scared, neglected. A lot of them come in very injured. They need surgery. They need extensive medical care. Shelters just don't have the finances or the space or the time to provide that. A lot of animals come in. Royal is an excellent example. Owner surrendered. He's only known one family, one yard, one existence his entire life, and suddenly he's dropped into a large, loud building with sights and sounds and smells that he's never experienced before. And when they come in, they shut down. And that's what Royal did. Royal shut down. He's been available to rescues for a little bit, and with his behavior in the kennel, he's not something they can take out for adoption. They can't take him out to show anybody, and nobody's really interested.
Our rescue and fostering team members will amaze you. They are passionate, they are loving, they overflow with empathy and compassion, and they are willing to spend lots of their valuable time to rescue, rehabilitate, house, and place these animals into loving homes.
There's always a moment with the dog when they transition from that point of, just total defeat and despair of coming out of a shelter, or when you find them, from a hoarding situation, and when you can see the dog come back in their eyes. There's just a bounce to their step, a little bit of, she's ready to play and ready to love you again, and you see the dog come back. It takes away the fear and the hurt that they feel. And she had it, Sky had it the minute I sat down on the floor with her at the shelter, and she was out of her crate, and she came and just melted in my arms. The cycle of getting that dog, and that's why it's so rewarding to me to be a foster, is you take these dogs from, broken, their souls are gone. And you bring the puppy back to them, to placing them into a happy home. That really gives you the energy to go help more.
Among the amazing characteristics our volunteers exhibit is a willingness to face pain when most just look the other way. Not all animals can be saved, and our team members know it when they first meet new arrivals. This is heartbreaking, and we never get used to it, but there's so much gratification and happiness as well.
Yeah, the moment when we place the dog, and when it goes from the broken soul we took in, and you bring him back and you show him love and you give him a warm bed, to when you place a dog and you're the catalyst for that broken soul to be the center of someone else's life, is by far the most enriching part of my life.
Our story isn't about tragedy and premature death. It's about recovery, success, triumph, and joy. That's what we accomplish every day. But for each success story, there are so many more animals we cannot save. Simply said, We just don't have the resources. Our devoted volunteers carry so much of the load, but they cannot shoulder it all. Bringing these animals back from the conditions in which they are often received involves veterinary remediation, physical therapy, and persistent, loving attention. That takes space, shelter, dedicated facilities, and quite frequently, plenty of time. All of this is expensive, and without compassionate, generous donors, it's often prohibitively expensive. Your generosity can save 1, 10, or even hundreds of animals. And by extension, when we place a pet in a vetted home, it isn't just the animal who benefits. As most of you know, these are future family members. They bring happiness and fulfillment into lives. That welcome change cannot be measured in dollars. But the unfortunate reality is that these introductions are tragically rare without a substantial flow of altruistic dollars.
We really need your help. More importantly, they need your help. There's a direct correlation between funding and animal saving. Please consider contributing all you can. In this case, you know what generosity can accomplish.
There are so many dogs with such sad stories and such sad eyes. How can you not want to pick one of them up?